Thank you very much. When I think about where I was 25 years ago, and I think about where I'm standing right now, I just have to say, only in America. What a glorious day to frame this important celebration. And incidentally, sitting in the audience today is Mr. Juan Denino, the very first ESL teacher I had when I came to this country 25 years ago. And I just want to take a second to say thank you, Mr. Denino, for introducing me to the beautiful sounds of the language of Whitman and Shakespeare that I call my own today. And I can only aspire to, as a teacher, to touch someone's life in the way you have touched mine. Thank you very much. Dear students, I'd like you to look around and realize how many people have stood and stand behind you. And you know very well in your hearts what their support has meant to you. And I just hope that you're going to make sure that tonight they understand what that support has meant. Dear guests, behold before you the fruit of your loving support. Queridos padres, este es el fruto de sus sacrificios. Felicidades. I'm sorry, I must have pressed the translation button by mistake. My bad. It won't happen again. Lo prometo. 51 years ago, Cerritos College opened its doors. And in doing so, it opened up a world of extraordinary possibilities to ordinary people like you and me. For half a century, Cerritos College has been the second chance sought by people whose aspirations and circumstances are not always compatible. People whose dreams are as diverse as the accents with which we articulate them. People whose hope for a better life is greater than the great distance we've traveled to get here. In essence, Cerritos College has been a ship of dreams. Yes, class of 2007, you are the true dreamers. Today you become the 50th graduating class of this institution, and your names are now and forever written among the names of the few who have done what the many only talk about. Today, you achieve an important goal while collectively you have overcome incredible odds. I have been fortunate to meet many of you in the classroom, and your perseverance and your determination have inspired me a great deal. I have met 18-year-olds with such a clear sense of purpose and direction that I know they are well on their way to medical school or law school. I met students with straight A's who've never missed a class during their stay at Cerritos College. Their commitment to excellence is unquestionable, and I commend the handful of you who fall into these categories. But here at Cerritos, we recognize that excellence and success come in many forms. And I'd like to take a moment now to recognize the students whose incredible achievements go so often unrecognized. I want you to know that we know who you are. You are that woman, older than most of your classmates, who came back to school after putting your academic dreams on hold in order to nurture and raise your family. You are the young man working full-time, trying desperately to provide for your loved ones, while pursuing the promise of higher education. You are the disabled student who would not yield to the tremendous challenges, physical, mental, emotional, that destiny placed on your plate. You are the quiet newcomer to this country who has made unimaginable sacrifices to be here, and who has strived to learn a new language and a new culture despite the shameful campaign of fear and ignorance launched against you over the airwaves. You are the survivor who found in education a way out of the vicious cycle of senseless violence that consumed your life for so long. You are that student who as a kid got involved with the wrong crowd, whose journey to this very day has been full of missteps and miscalculations. And you, whose heavy burden and untold hardships would have made a person of lesser character give up the struggle long ago, you're still standing. And you too are Cerritos College. And today, all of you have achieved something of value. And yet, despite your achieved success, class of 2007, I am here to tell you that you have not seen the moment of your greatness flicker. I feel obliged to place before you yet another challenge. A challenge that may be the difference between living your life deliberately to the fullest or joining what Thoreau called the mass of men leading lives of quiet desperation. All of you have worked very hard and have made many sacrifices to be here. My challenge to you, my hope for you, is that you will not settle for someone else's definition of the good life, but that you will strive conscientiously to define it for yourself. Beware especially of the narrow definition that equates success with the size of your bank account, or the car you drive, or the house in which you live. While certainly important, we have plenty empirical evidence to demonstrate that they are not enough. There is more to the good life than dollars and cents. And I would like to take the next 8 minutes of your life to share with you 3 episodes from my own life's journey and how they have influenced my definition. In 1982, my family moved from Mexico City to California in search of the good life. The plan was very simple. My dad and my mom would work in whatever jobs they could find, and my 2 younger brothers and I would go to school. In the beginning, things were hard, but we were all doing our part and things were working according to plan. Unfortunately, my father never got used to the new pace of life in California. He became withdrawn and emotionally abusive, and one day, just before we celebrated our first year in the United States, he left without a word and never returned. I was 17 years old the last time I ever saw or heard from my father. And it took me a long time to understand the lesson behind this painful blow. That if I was to have a shot at the good life, I had to embrace the fact that sometimes in life, even when you do what you are supposed to do, things do not turn out the way you expect them to. And so I suggest to you that whatever your definition of the good life is, you would be wise to factor in an element of resignation. Accept those things you cannot change. You have no promises in advance as to how your efforts will succeed or not. And if you haven't yet, you are almost certain to suffer the slings and arrows of outrageous fortune at some point in your life. And it is lunacy to bang your head against the wall of past events, no matter how tragic. Sometimes the bravest thing you can do is to surrender. But do not despair. As testament to the indomitable human spirit, you will regroup, you will redraw your course, and your feet will keep moving. After I graduated from San Gabriel High School in 1985, I enrolled at East Los Angeles College. The plan was simple. I would attend East LA College for 2 years and then transfer to Cal State LA to study engineering. In the beginning, things were hard, but I was doing my part and things were working according to plan. I was a full-time student, working part-time, doing odd jobs, mowing lawns, cleaning office buildings, waiting tables. I even cleaned a neighbor's swimming pool. Unfortunately, despite my mother's incredible efforts, her salary as a housekeeper was not enough to make ends meet, and I was forced to find another job. So I became a teacher's aide at Gage Middle School in Huntington Park. And consequently, I became a part-time student, able to take only 1 or 2 evening classes each semester.